Hello everyone! It's another day to learn. Have you ever wondered why things fall on the ground? Like this stone. I threw this up, but how much I threw it up, it will still fall on the ground. Why is that so? Did you know there are events and phenomena in the earth that is hard to explain, but some of these phenomena can be explained through science? Today, we'll be discussing one of the important subjects in education. It is called science. Join with me to explore the world of science. I'm your teacher, Liberty Taneo, your teacher explorer, saying, amidst pandemic, education must continue. At the end of our lesson, you are expected to define science and its division and understand scientific methods. Human is a higher form of animals on earth where life exists. Human mind has a lot of questions why things do exist as it was, and how visible and invisible things has occurred. These questions will be answered by the single word called science. And you might ask, what is science? Science is the answer and the knowledge that we get when we ask questions. Just the same with the questions earlier. Why the stone, when you throw it in the air, falls on the ground? The science behind it is gravity, right? Science, simply the knowledge gained through experience. Gravity, for example, was discovered by Isaac Newton when he wondered and questioned why apple falls on the ground. Another definition of science is that science is an accumulated knowledge of physical or material world through observations or experimentations. Science is the fact or principles gained by scientific study. In order to do science, we must have to assume the following. First, there is an order to the universe. Yes, if there is an order in the universe, the human mind is capable of comprehending this order. If conditions are the same, the results of any study will be the same, right? This is the way good scientific experiment is its repeatability. If you have experiment in your lab, you must get the same experiment and scientists have. If not, there must be a problem in a kind of experiment. So it's good to double check your work. Then did you know there were divisions of science? And let's talk it one by one. And these are
physical science, life science, and earth science. However, there are many subdivisions that also overlap, such as physical chemistry, astrophysics, and organic chemistry. The subdivisions overlap because they are require knowledge of at least two main divisions of science. Physical science, such as physics and chemistry, are related to matter and energy and describe the physical universe in objective measurements. It is the systematic study of inorganic world, as distinct from the study of organic world, which is the province of biological science. Physical science is ordinarily thought of as consisting of four broad areas, such as astronomy, physics, chemistry, and the earth science. Each of these is in turn divided into fields and subfields. Earth sciences, geology, and astronomy are related to Earth, its geological and atmospheric phenomena, and its solar system. Earth science is the study of Earth and its neighbors in space. It is an exciting science with many interesting and practical applications. Some Earth scientists use their knowledge of the Earth to locate and develop energy and mineral resources. Others study the impact of human activity on the Earth environment and design methods to protect the planet. Some use their knowledge about Earth processes such as volcanoes, earthquakes, and hurricanes to plan communities that will not expose people to these dangerous events. Life sciences, biology, and botany are related to all living organisms and their relationship to one another and their environment. Life sciences is the study of life and living things. Living things are also called organisms. Life science is often referred to as biology. As the name suggests, life science studies life in its all forms, past and present. This can include plants, animals, viruses, and bacteria. Likewise, single-celled organisms and even cells. Life sciences study the biology of how these organisms live, which is why you may hear this group of scientists referred to as biologists. Each main division of science is categorized as pure science. However, when subdivisions overlap and the new compound sciences emerge, theoretical sciences are created to form studies such as paleontology and astronautics. In doing scientific experiment, scientists follow scientific method. In this way, scientists develop their knowledge by observation and experimentation. This observation can lead to two ways to approach experiment. First is inductive reasoning, from specific to general. Next is deductive reasoning, from general to specific.
The scientific method is more likely a cycle than a series of steps. Like others would tell you to do step 1, step 2, and step 3, but scientific method is really more on the cycle, where you have hypothesis and then use deductive reasoning to get a reasonable prediction, and then test the prediction, and you can use inductive reasoning to have another hypothesis. One important thing in science is to distinguish hypothesis and theory. A hypothesis is an educated guess based on observation and can be tested by experimentation, while theory is a coherent group of thoroughly tested hypotheses commonly regarded as correct, and it can be used as explanation of certain phenomena. Theory is tested over and over again, and it's the same matter over again, like the law of gravity. The cycle of doing scientific method is the first. You make an observation. Observation is something of scientific interest. And then you make a hypothesis. Hypothesis is a proposed explanation of observation. Then you will make a prediction as to what will happen and then perform the experiment. Experiment is a testing of the hypothesis and retesting of your hypothesis, and gather all the data and analyze it to see what happened. Then you come up with a conclusion. Thoroughly tested explanation of why experiments give results. That is conclusion. And we come up with a conclusion. You can then go on and make another observation and start the process over again. That's why scientific method is a process of observing natural phenomena, which leads to asking questions and offering explanation that can be scientifically tested. Now let's try if you can identify which is observation, hypothesis, experiment, and theory, or else a conclusion in this following statement. Are you ready? direction. Identify which is observation, hypothesis, experiment, and conclusion in this following statement. Number 1, the bus was probably early today. Second, the bus didn't pick me up. Third, the bus was actually early, and my neighbor saw the bus come early. Number 4, tomorrow I will come to the bus stop early to see if the bus comes early. I will give you 3 minutes to do the test. Do you get the correct answer? I guess you are. Here are the answers. Number 1, the bus was probably early today. Good, it is a hypothesis. Number 2, the bus didn't pick me up. What is that? This is an observation. Good. Number 3, the bus is actually early. My neighbor saw the bus come early. It is a conclusion. Number 4, tomorrow I will come to the bus stop early to see if the bus comes early. Yes, it's good. It is an experiment. And for the recap, we discussed about the definition of science, the division of science, and the scientific method. And that ends our lesson for today. See you in our next science episode. I'm Teacher Liberty Taneo, your science explorer, saying, amidst pandemic, education must continue. Bye!